any questions first about anything, and then I'll just kind of bring up topics.
Need you to list your credentials in the veganism.
Well,
yes. Then you said
I've been vegan for 3 years now. The reason why I started plant-based lifestyles is because the way I felt, just had more energy, felt better. And just, because I saw family members with different ailments, diabetes, gout, high blood pressure, hypertension, just different things. And I kind of wanted to be the model for them and inspiration for them. So I started to experiment. And me and my husband, also Aaron, same 3 years. And we got good results. So most people ask why we incorporate a plant-based lifestyle, and again, just to reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, different cancers, Alzheimer's, just a lot of different things. Another thing I found that was very beneficial was my digestive system started regulating really well, and
Amen. I know what you mean.
Yes. So I needed some assistance in that area, and a lot of diseases start in the gut, so that's one good thing to know. Any questions about that? Yes, Toni.
When I was on my vegetarianism, when I was doing Lent, I will talk about the benefits I saw for eliminating meat. So, my stomach went down. I didn't feel so bloated. My dandruff went away.
Really?
But the problem I had with it is that I was, one, eating too many carbs, and two, I noticed I had mental fogginess. And so I'm trying to figure out because I know sometimes some of those diets are more restrictive, like I don't know what type of supplements or something I would need, like if I were to, I don't think I'm going to become vegan, but I do want to eat more plant-based. But knowing that, I noticed the mental fogginess. That was like the downside of it.
And a lot of times that stems from the toxins being released, because your body is cleansing from different toxins, and so it has to be eliminated somehow. Sometimes it's through the skin, sometimes it's through the bowels, and it can be a result of that. But you probably should get your blood levels checked before and after you try the plant-based lifestyle, because it might be you have a low B12 or B complex, and you need to supplement with that.
And I get a headache if I don't eat meat. I'm serious, I don't have a headache until I eat.
And again, it's usually the die-off symptoms, because toxins have to be released.
I'm gonna need Oprah Jr.
That can be a reason. And then if you feel like you need to supplement with a protein, then you just incorporate more protein-rich foods like spinach, quinoa, black beans. Yeah, all those things are high in protein. If you make a big batch, it'll last you for.
She's looking up quinoa.
Quinoa's funny looking. It's like it has like the little,
little balls.
Yeah.
The foods that I know, I'm gonna stick to foods.
It kind of look like
Quinoa's not nasty.
You probably had it
You would like it
before. It's like a grain.
Do you like Mediterranean food?
Oh, okay.
So I've been plant-based since October 2017. Yay. And Krista was very helpful with that transition. I can't tell you how many times I texted her and called her asking like 1,000 questions.
Krista don't get tired of me, but I need to text her. Girl, so what's the difference between vegan and vegetarian?
And she still talks to me, so clearly I didn't drive her away. However, I was, in that process, I was learning about foods that I had never heard of before. And quinoa was one of them, but I didn't know how to pronounce it. So one time I was at work, and I thought I would just show my knowledge of plant-based foods. And I was talking to my coworker, shout outs to Mariana. I was like, hey, girl, have you ever had quinoa?
No.
And she was like, quinoa? And I'm like, oh yes, quinoa. But now I know that it's quinoa, and I learned about a whole bunch of other things that I never heard of. Never heard of chickpeas until recent, until October, November. I didn't know what chickpeas were. So I've been learning about a lot of different foods that are very nutritional. Another stereotype that I had of plant-based foods was that it was all bland. and you can get some seasonings and do some
what I
things
had.
to make it very flavorful. I remember that time when you were you came over. It was like maybe the first Black women's gathering I had early last year. This was before I was plant-based. And I remember that Krista was plant-based, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what am I gonna have for her to eat? Because I couldn't think of anything. I was like, okay, well, I think I asked Ardina to bring a veggie tray, and it had probably like celery, carrots,
Oh, I remember that one.
and
But I couldn't have the
tomatoes.
ranch.
You brought cookies, right?
Like that.
Yes,
The first
I
one?
did.
Yeah.
And that's
Some
what
unhealthy vegans as well.
Yes,
which you know.
What's an unhealthy vegan?
Were they part-time vegan?
Yes, unhealthy
Okay.
vegans eat a lot of processed foods, a lot of frozen dinners, a lot of let's just put it as not many home cooked meals.
Can
And
you have
so
frozen vegetables though, or is that good?
yeah, that's fine. But what I mean is like fast food and Chick-fil-A fries and ice cream, and
Yes,
you can have it
I
every
made that
once in a
mistake.
while, but that will definitely add some pounds to you.
Now, what's
as
the
a
difference
vegan.
between Chick-fil-A French fries and In-N-Out French fries? They make them potatoes fresh, 'cause I see it through the window. Tell me.
So through trial and error, some of my produce stays fresher. Just depending. So I learned that blueberries do not need to be in a refrigerator.
Oh, really?
Some things need to be on the counter because
Yes.
they. So regarding produce, like, what are some tips on keeping certain produce longer? Because I went and bought this huge thing of spinach. Now I've almost used it all, but it's like I can't be eating spinach all day every day.
Well, what I would do is clean the spinach and wash it and put in a glass container because it with the plastic it for some reason releases some chemical and it like yeah.
So a glass container.
Yeah, use a glass container.
That's why those mason jar salads people make sometimes they
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
fresh.
I've used that for work too over time. So you can make your salads ahead of time.
I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I believe that they make Whole Foods expensive so Black folks can't afford them, so we can die early. That's what I believe. Now, I am a conspiracy theorist, but go on and get
But
that.
there are some deals you can find at Whole Foods. It all depends on what you want. Produce, they have the freshest produce I've seen, other than farmers market. But
Is it affordable?
it's not as affordable. No,
Depends on what you
I like
get.
Sprouts is
except
cheaper.
for water.
And that's how come they just go
You get water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to Walmart when I leave here.
Sprouts
But a
is,
lot of people
Sprouts
don't
is
know about
cheaper and it's a
Sprouts,
good
and
way
cheaper.
alternative.
Yeah.
That's why I got an essential. I bought 3 cases. So I was like,
Sprouts is
no,
the
this is not gonna be on
cheapest
sale
farmers
anytime.
market and what was that?
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods.
Trader
yeah.
Joe's is pretty cheap. It's pretty
I
economic.
see
for
Trader
me.
Joe's.
Yeah.
I've never been in there though.
Yeah.
Are they supposed to specialize in organic and all that stuff?
And they're
Yeah,
more-
they have.
they're cheaper.
I would shop at Traders and Sprouts.
It's one on Greenville. I just
Yeah.
passed it on the way.
Trader Joe's has this peanut butter called Better.
There are certain chemicals they add, and now they're adding like pus and from the
Yeah.
cow, and it's just there's blood in it now, so it's just
And they were saying like if we drank cow's milk as infants at the rate that we drink it, that we would be, because they said that milk is produced to make huge animals.
it's a growth hormone.
Yeah, and they
Yes.
said whenever we're drinking it, they said we're like exposing ourselves to be like, to pick up mass amounts of weight because they said it's nothing but it's to feed a cow. It's not
Right.
to feed us. And
yeah,
so,
and it
yeah.
increases. If you notice, a lot of the Black community has an increase in fibroids and endometriosis, and it's because we've been exposed early to milk and different formulas early on, so that kind of triggers that whole process. But yeah, it's just not made the same anymore. So
And one of my friends said it's such an what do they call it? Kind of like it goes against your body so much that your body will fight it and try to reject it and build up all this mucus around
lactose
it.
intolerance.
Yeah.
and
I was like, dang,
mucus
why are you
forming.
drinking it?
Yeah.
And that helps with because I have eczema. And so I know like a lot of milk based. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't drink
hard.
milk, but I do
Ice
eat it in
cream,
things
yeah,
like
and
if it's in a
cheese,
cake or
yeah.
pancakes or cheese. And yeah, it does mess with me, and I still do it. But I don't know when I stop drinking it. Like I can't remember when I stopped, but it's like if I try to, it almost makes me wanna.
Yeah.
Like
Cancer is one of the highest cancers for Black women over the age of 40. Killing me with that.
So this is an alkaline water, a well-known brand called Essentia. Ardina, our friend here, has provided this for everyone to sample. And what makes this unique is the pH balance in it. It's 9.5 pH. Which our bodies are naturally acidic, so we need to incorporate more alkaline foods and especially alkaline water to balance the acidity in our body. Because the more acidic your body is, the more prone you are to different disease, cancers, and even colds. So even during the flu season was horrible because I work at a school and I didn't get the flu.
Well, what is
Awesome.
food?
So some examples of alkaline foods include pineapples, apples, spinach. You can just kind of Google pH balance or alkaline foods and it'll give you a list. So yeah, this is good. You can find this at Sprouts, Whole Foods, Kroger. You can find this at Kroger as well. So that's it.
Kroger's in the store.
Yes, Kroger is growing. They're getting a lot more plant-based
Organic
options.
foods.
They have like a whole aisle of
They have
organic.
Simply Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the conversation, the discussions, and I can, concur with a lot of things that have been said as far as feeling as though it's harder or it's more, it takes more work and more effort to eat something that's vegan and everything else is just kind of like easily accessible and in front of your face and so I mean
It does take
most
some
definitely it makes a lot of sense the way that they package things and advertise things and promote certain items and it probably does go into the conspiracy of we have to be sick so that doctors and medical pharmaceutical companies can continue to thrive and everything.
Amen. That's another day, huh?
Yes.
Oh my God, I've learned so much.
Yeah.
That was very informative. I need to go to my PCP and
Check your levels.
well, I get that done. We have to do that for my job, health screenings. But
I do like that.
Like your B12 too and everything, B complex.
Do you have to ask for that to have
Yeah,
that
you
done?
do. Have to.
my biggest moment was her talking about the spinach thing because I do eat a good amount of spinach, and so I'm gonna look into at least buying like 2 glass containers so I can store my spinach better.
And knowing that Sprouts is the place to go for the
Produce.
Yes,
Produce.
I shop at Sprouts. Love it.
good. I'm sure Sprouts.
It's a
would
lot
appreciate
cheaper
that.
than Whole Foods.
endorsement.
Endorsement Sprouts.
Yes, Sprouts. Okay. What you got, Lorraine? I ain't got nothing. Yes, you do. What you got, Jessica? I'm gonna need you to put that up. I'll put your leg up. Come on, Elena.
I need a beer.
Come on.
Ashley, we about to snatch that camera.
No, thank you,
Ever since
Ashley, are you recording still?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need your battery to go out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share.
As always, I thank you all for the support. Thank you for watching.